Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name's Pete McCormack from McCormack Barber, and I've had a heap of people ask me lately what's happening in the market. So I thought I'd do a quick market update for you to give a snapshot of some numbers dictating what's happening at the moment with sales and prices in Orange, and then a little bit of insight of what I think is going to happen in the next 6 months. Some of this news certainly isn't good for real estate agents because real estate agents very much look at transactions, the number of sales coming through, a lot more so than what's happening with prices. So ultimately, a quick prediction, I can't see the 30% drop that the national media is talking about, and a lot of that has come from Commonwealth Bank in particular, saying, hey, we've been asked for over 130,000 households has asked for a freeze on their home loans. There's my phone going, I'll turn that off. So that freeze with so many people paying off their home loans, they're predicting this 30% drop in the market. I think Orange is going to be an entirely different scenario than that. And realistically, why that is real estate prices for residential property very, very tied in with supply and demand. And so while at the moment, I think most agents and agencies are finding that there's probably a halving of the amount of buyers that are out there, that we're also seeing a halving of how many houses are actually coming on the market. So here's some numbers for you. So on average on realestate.com.au, 83 properties come on the market per month, and that's over the last 12 months. In April, there were only 65 properties on the market, so that's about a 25% reduction in numbers. In May, and we're at the 19th at the moment, there's only 24 properties that have been advertised, new listings on realestate.com. So if that stays the same for the rest of the month, we're going to see roughly 50% of the houses being advertised in May than we would normally see in any other month. So certainly there's a lot less supply out there, and obviously the demand is a lot less as well. But the two will probably balance one another out. I was having a chat to a couple of building inspectors today, and they were saying that they found their numbers in April. They did about 50% of the building inspections that they'd normally done compared to last April. One of them was saying that there's an 80% reduction in building inspections for this month. So it is looking like there are less sales coming through, but I don't think that's going to translate to prices coming down. Ultimately, that less of a supply will end up equaling out the less of the demand. And I think for the next probably 6 months in Orange, going right through to the end of the year, we'll end up seeing prices remain fairly constant. Now, there are some weird things at play at the moment, and one of the first things is the impact that the mines are going to have on the real estate market in Orange. At the moment, there's only 120 available properties on realestate.com. That's historically very, very low. Normally at that level, we see rents just increase, and I think that's going to continue as these miners come into town and you see that 120 available properties go down to 180. That actually pushes that lack of availability on the rental side, pushes rents up. As rents go up, investors come in from Sydney looking for better returns. So while there may be less local buyers or a little bit less activity locally, that's going to be propped up in particular from investors who come in chasing some of those better yields. And the second thing is first home buyers. I have never seen a situation, I don't think I'll ever see it again, where by the end of the year, I think it's going to be cheaper to own a home and be paying off a mortgage than to rent that same home. To give you an idea, these are just rough numbers, I'm not a financial planner, but if you borrowed $400,000, the full $400,000 of a $400,000 house, the repayments on that would roughly be $380 a week with the current interest rates, where renting that same property would be about $440 a week, and that may be going up by the end of the year. So it's a really, really unique position that I think we'll see potentially a lot of tenants who have thought, it's cheaper to rent than buy, that's going to flip. And then there'll be people out there who tenants who may only have $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 in savings going, do you know what, that's not enough to buy a property. They have the situation where they can actually get money out of their super. Now, again, I'm not giving any financial advice, but I can see there'll be a portion of the market that says, I've got $20,000. If him and her take $10,000 out of their super each, that's $40,000, and that's enough to buy a property. So I'm not saying whether it's a good or bad thing to do, but I can see that first home buyers are probably more likely to be more of them in the market over the next 6 months than less of them. There'll certainly be more investors in the market over the next 6 months because yields will go up. So it's a really, really unique situation where we're going to see rents going up, where we've got low interest rates, where first home buyers may have access to more money depending on what's happening. So very interesting times over the next 6 months. As I was saying, I don't think prices will drop or go up. That lack of supply will be equaled off with a lack of demand, but I think that'll hold fairly steady. I think real estate agents are going to really struggle. So as I was saying, imagine as an industry, there were 1,000 sales last year, and you've got the 17 or 18 agencies in town, or 40 agents. All of a sudden, if you make 1,000 sales go down to 600 sales, I think real estate agencies might be finding it a little bit tougher over the next 6 months, but I don't think that's actually going to follow through to, well, certainly not, I don't think, follow through to someone selling their home and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to get it for less. We're getting these Sydney investors we are speaking to lately who are coming out to Orange saying, hey, I hear 30% reduction. It's just not going to happen. Well, if supply and demand hold the way they are at the moment, and because the minds can change their mind and they might postpone things for a little bit longer, but we are currently leasing properties to people coming into work on the mines already. So I think that will continue as far as more and more people coming in, taking out available rentals. Rents will go up, investors will come in, there'll be more first home buyers in the market. So the prediction is real estate prices in Orange are going to hold fairly steady. We're finding weekly that we're certainly still getting numbers to our open homes. We're still selling a lot of properties at the moment. We're not selling that much less than we did 12 months ago. But in saying that, the sales that we made in April, a lot of those people who bought in April made the decision to buy in February and March, and then are buying now. So, watch this space over the next 2 months in particular, probably in July and August, where there'll be less people in April and May deciding to buy. So it might be a very interesting winter period. But by the end of the year, as I said, those investors and first home buyers, I think, will come in and prop up the market. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call on my mobile at any time. We're here to help if you're wanting any information on the market. I'll put all my details below, but really thank you for your time and tuning in to this long-winded market update. Thanks very much.